guys, how's it going? It's Cody Orgle. Today's video I wanted to share with you guys 5 tips for traveling cheaply in Japan. So I've been to Japan, I bicycle toured Japan, and since I do a lot of bicycle touring, it's very cheap traveling. And I wanted to make a video today sharing my cheap, thrifty tips in terms of traveling Japan cheaply, so then you can go to Japan, you know, save money while you're there, and then also have more money to spend in Japan so you can stay there even longer and enjoy the beauty that Japan has to offer, because we love Japan. So let's get right into it. I've got my notes here. Tip number 1 is sleep for free. Now this may seem contradicting and it may seem impossible to do, but if you're willing to be very skimpy and stingy, you could literally camp and sleep accommodation free. Now, we managed to do this in Japan every single night. I think almost every night. A couple of nights we stayed in like warm showers, which is a service for bicycle tourists where they can stay at people's houses that host them, like couch surfing for free. But we managed to stay in many parks and public outdoor places under the stars, like sleeping under the stars or in our tents, and we paid 0 accommodation, which was amazing. And this allowed us, you know, to enjoy the country on a very strict, not strict, but a very small budget. Also, one night we did a challenge where we stayed in a McDonald's for 24 hours. Not recommended from my experience, because I got like 2 hours sleep. I'm actually quite tired. I probably only got like a total of 2 hours sleep, maybe a little less. But that, again, we didn't have to pay for accommodation, and they're so polite in Japan that they didn't even like speak a word to us to kick us out or anything. I'm sure they noticed that we're in there for over 24 hours, but still, they're very polite people. And like, we had no incidences when we camped in like public parks and things like that. No one ever, you know, called the police on us or kicked us out. They're just very polite people. We had no problems at all, which was quite amazing. Now, probably for some of you guys, it may not be realistic, you know, to camp in a park or whatever, because that's probably something you just don't want to do. And I'm not like telling you to do it or guaranteeing you that you won't get in trouble if you camp in public parks and stuff. But it must be said that if you're going to do that, I don't want to have any responsibility if you get in trouble or whatever. This is just my experience that I'm sharing. But for me, it worked out pretty well. But I did do some research and I figured out, now I haven't had experience with this, but I figured out that internet cafes, they have internet cafes in Japan, which are very cheap to stay for the night. You have like your own little booth where you get unlimited Wi-Fi in some places, I hear, and it costs like $20 a night. So this is a cheaper alternative for accommodation if you're looking for cheaper accommodation. I mean, that could work. You're best to look into that and do some research. Okay, so tip number 2, when it comes time to shopping for gifts and things like that, go to reuse stores. There's a particular store that we went to before we had to head back when we were buying gifts for our loved ones and stuff. There's a store called Hard Off, and there's many other reuse stores in Japan that sell used goods. They're like actual rich Japanese cultured goods that, you know, symbolize Japan and stuff like that you can buy for a couple of $100 and yeah, we managed to buy quite a lot of gifts for a very cheap amount, which was really cool. And also on this note as well, try and shop at $100 stores or dollar stores, as they're most commonly called over here. But over there you can buy household goods, any like toiletry items, or you know, any type of items like that you can buy from $100 stores, and they are very cheap as well. Okay, tip number 3 is half-priced food. Now this blew my mind. I can't remember where it was exactly. I think it was Hiroshima or somewhere like that. We stayed, we met this guy just randomly while we were cycling along the road, and he let us stay at his house for the night. And he took us to this grocery store at, I think it was past 6 o'clock, so around 8 o'clock, in between those times. And we managed to get food for half price. It's called Hangaku, and it is a bit of a hack to get cheap food in Japan. I'm not sure if all grocery stores do this, but some grocery stores, at the end of the night, they'll discount their food because they're gonna have to throw it out anyway, or it's gonna go out of date. So they just discount it heavily to get rid of it all, and that's when you can jump in and buy cheap dinner. It's amazing. So I think from 6 p.m. it drops down to 20% off, and then I think it's around after 8 p.m. you can pick up food pre-packaged, you know, like ready to eat, sushi, whatever it is, You can pick it up for, you know, a 50% and higher discount, which was amazing. I think the highest discount we managed to get was maybe like 70% off or something like that. And yeah, you could just buy a heap of food for a very cheap amount. Okay, money saving tip number 4 is to use public Wi-Fi. Japan, it's a very technologically advanced country. Their Wi-Fi is incredibly fast and readily available as well. So you could go to many convenience stores like a Lawson's or a 7-Eleven, and most of those places you can just sit out the front, hop on your computer, upload a YouTube video, you know, do whatever you want to do on the internet, write a blog post, whatever it is that you're doing. Most of those places you can easily access the internet without having to pay anything, and it's quite fast internet as well. So that's something to look into. So maybe, you know, you could save on not having to buy an internet subscription to get unlimited data or something like that. You could probably get by going to McDonald's and going to other places where you can access their pretty fast internet. Okay, last money saving tip. I also have a bonus one after as well, but the last one is tip number 5, and that is to take advantage of the vending machines and convenience stores too, like the 7-Elevens and stuff, but mostly vending machines. They're quite amazing. So before going over as a Westerner, I had the preconceived idea that vending machines are like a last resort thing, like you're a bit hungry and there's a vending machine there, you're gonna grab a snack. But in Japan, they're bloody geniuses. So what they do is they have vending machines for pretty much anything. Not even food, they have vending machines for other things other than food as well. But they also have vending machines for food that is pre-packaged, ready to eat meals and things like that. You can grab a green tea, you can grab a meal, some noodles, whatever it is. You can get them from vending machines. And they have over millions of them across the country. And the great thing about them is the convenience factor. So like you're traveling, I remember we were riding through like a rural part of Japan and there's just a vending machine sitting right there in the middle of nowhere. You're hungry, you just bloody pop in some yen and you get a meal right there in the middle of nowhere. It's just absolutely phenomenal, the convenience factor it provides. Bonus tip number 6 is to get a JR pass. So this is a rail pass. I didn't get one, but I heard a lot of people saying, and from my research and stuff, that a JR pass is highly recommended. If you want to catch a bullet train, they're sometimes up beyond the hundreds of dollars just for a single trip. So if you get a JR pass, I think you have to get it before you come to Japan because you can't buy it while you're in Japan or something like that. But anyway, if you get this, you get unlimited travel on bullet trains for obviously a much cheaper price than a single fare. So that's just something else to look into. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you got some value from it and you enjoyed my 5 tips plus the bonus. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below as well, and also stay subscribed because I want to keep posting other travel hack, budget travel videos and just share my travel adventures with you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.